Are we going to be able to play remastered ports of all our classic games? Let's find out! What's up guys, Canadian Guy A here, and something has recently popped up that many other YouTube news outlets have been talking about, but I wanted to look at it at a different angle, especially for this channel. See, I made a video recently talking about the other Crash and Spyro games and the business point of view of remastering them. You can check it out in the link below. Some people were disgruntled by that video, but I still stand by what I said. However, there may be something that would interest those who love the Crash and Spyro games outside of the original trilogy. In fact, this something would apply to you if you loved any game from the PlayStation era. So, according to multiple patents, PlayStation is spearheading backwards compatibility. Literally, multiple patents over the course of the past 6 months are all pointing to the fact that the PlayStation 5 will be backwards compatible with all legacy consoles, which means PlayStation 4, 3, 2, and yes, even 1. Now, before people end the video now and comment below saying how clickbaity the title is and how ports are not remasters, there's another patent that Sony registered that lines up with the title, so hold your horses. One of the patents that Sony patented has been titled Remastering by Emulation. Here is the summary and translation of the said patent. Each asset, such as a texture called for by legacy software, such as the legacy computer game software, has a unique identifier associated with it. The unique identifier can be rendered by imposing a hash on the asset and then the asset stored with its identifier in a data structure. An artist remasters the textures for presentation on a higher resolution display than envisioned in the original software and stores them back in the data structure with their identifiers. The original software is then played on the higher resolution display, with asset, such as a texture, calls being intercepted, identified, and the data structure entered to retrieve the remastered asset having a matching identifier. The remastered asset is then inserted on the fly into the game's presentation. To basically summarize the summary, the assets will be restored on a higher resolution display so that when the console reads them on the disc, it will switch to a higher resolutionized content to fit on today's monitors and screens, basically improving and smoothing out the game's assets, especially when it comes to models and textures. Translation: every single game that has come out for any of the PlayStation family of consoles will have an enhanced remastered port on the PlayStation 5. So fans of Crash to Insanity, fans of The Legend of Spyro, Crash Bash, or even fans of the most horrid Spyro ever, Enter the Dragonfly, you will get to play these games again that would be enhanced on the PlayStation 5. But I wouldn't put Enter the Dragonfly in the console. You know, it might give your PlayStation 5 herpesiphyllades. And trust me, no one wants their consoles to have herpesiphyllades. Is this a remaster on the scale of Spyro Reignited or Crash Insane? No. They are enhanced ports, but they will likely work perfectly on today's 16:9 screens and have smoothed out textures and models. So, in a sense, this is like some HD port like Jak and Daxter or Sly Cooper, where they were remade for the new HDMI and 16:9 era gaming, but was overall the exact game. But the PlayStation 5 might be able to play these games perhaps even better than they were on the original consoles, as the new console has so much more power to it, as in faster loading times and maybe even better frame rates. The big thing here is that you don't need to rebuy the game. You can already have the game and already have this remastered port. It plays off of the original disc, which is something that is very intriguing and very interesting. Now, I know some might not have access to these games anymore, but I am assuming that how the console is reading the games and how it works, digital downloads of highly requested older games will be added by the dozens monthly. Don't quote me on that, that's just a prediction. Also, most of the games are literally under 20 bucks on Amazon, so even if you lost the game, it's not that hard to get them back. What I'm trying to say is that yes, accessibility is important. For example, though I do not personally think that remastering and re-releasing one of my favorite Crash games of all time, Crash Bash, is a good business or overall decision, I should be able to have a place to play it and play it with relative ease. Others who are fans of Twinsanity or Legend of Spyro should have the same access, a console that can play their nostalgic games. But not only that, we would be playing these games in possibly the best ways possible, with enhancements to the overall game, which in turn is better than no remaster at all. So if you want to play enhanced versions of old games that you own, the PlayStation 5 might be worth it looking into. Of course, these are not 100% confirmed, but to me they are. As I said, PlayStation has been patenting ideas left, right, and center for the past 6 months, so it wouldn't make sense otherwise. Anyway guys, thanks so much for watching. Cue the extra.